Hey, what's going on? You are tuned into the Daily Geek right here on SweetGeekTV. I am your host, Griffin Granberg, and today is March the 10th, 2009, episode 133 of the Daily Geek. And I am here broadcasting from Austin, Texas for a little conference they like to call PubCon. And I am super stoked to be here. In fact, look at the digs here. This is not so bad. Actually, I mean, I know it's totally a hotel, right? The hotel furniture and stuff like that. But, I mean, look in there. And then, like, can I spin this camera around? So you can kind of see it. Not so bad, right? I mean, it's okay. I can handle it for, you know, like 4 days that I'm here in Austin, Texas. It's humid as crap here, okay? I don't know how anyone deals with this. I know it's super hot in Arizona where I live now, but it's dry like Colorado, and I like that. At any rate, you know what? Let's get to the geek news. Starting off with story number one. Lots of geek news today. Starting with story number one, like I said, more gamers are coming and playing with their opponents online. Now, this isn't really surprising in the sense that people, you know, playing with someone right next to you, that makes total sense, but it's just more and more people are playing with an opponent that is online. Well, what was it at last year? 19% of gamers were playing opponents online. This year, though, we're looking at 25%. That's a quarter of game players going to be playing an opponent online, and that just only makes sense to me because, I mean, look at the internet's growth, look at everyone doing everything online. I mean, your BlackBerries, your everything, you know. So I guess it makes sense that people are going to be playing online. This number, I think, is just going to grow higher and higher and higher. Story number two, Billy Corgan talked to Congress today. Why Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins? I don't know. He thinks he has some relevance outside of just being a musician with the weird voice thingy, and whatever. But at any rate, he was talking on the behalf of Music First, basically saying, hey, broadcast radio stations should have to pay the author and the performer for playing that song like internet radio stations do. And this is something internet radio stations actually just super opposed. They tried and tried and tried. It didn't happen though, okay? They had to pay it. In fact, a lot of radio stations online saying, hey, this is going to put us out of business eventually. And what's funny about this is broadcast radio stations are saying the exact same thing to Congress. They're saying, hey, if we have to pay this, we're dead. And that's just kind of funny. We'll, you know, report on it more as things progress there. Story number three, Palm is selling secondary stock a lot more. Why are they doing this? Because they're raising money for working capital, for one, and then for the release of the Palm Pre, which is going to be awesome. They have a lot riding on this Palm Pre release. So much, in fact, that, I mean, this may be a maker or breaker type of deal. And there's probably another reason why they didn't give exclusivity to Sprint for more than 6 months. So I think this is going to be on a lot of carriers, not just Sprint, and it's going to be a really short time span. You're going to be like, boom, here's Sprint, here's your exclusivity for 6 months, not like 3 years like, you know, the iPhone and AT&T. 6 months, and then boom, everywhere. That's what I think. So it's just kind of cool. Palm, I really hope this works for them. They've lost a lot of footing in the last, even just the last year. So it'll be good to see them kind of grow again. Story number four, YouTube in the UK taking off all the premium music videos, which they actually didn't have to do because they're still talking with the PRS, so there's like no deal-breaking stuff going on right now, but I guess the PRS is saying, hey, we want so much money, and then YouTube UK is saying, well, we're going to be losing money then showing your videos. So whether that's true or not, I mean, Google's really good at kind of twisting people's arms a little bit, but it could be true. And here's the thing is, YouTube is big. I've said this a lot in the last few episodes, is it's so big that people have to really take that in, that all this marketing online and stuff like that, and not that they're even taking a loss, right? But they probably going to have to give in a little bit to YouTube, let them make a little money. It's not like the people providing these videos, like the PRS, aren't making money. They're just not making as much money as they'd like to off of the YouTube UK or whatever. As this story progresses, I'll make sure to follow it and let you know about it right here on the Daily Geek. Story number five, the last story of the day. This is kind of sad, is Time Magazine actually had an article that said here are like the top 10 newspapers that are probably going to be shutting down this year. And obviously the Rocky Mountain News in Denver, which has been, you know, a newspaper for over like 100 years, they have their own problems. I wasn't even in there because they've already gone through a ton of issues where they're probably just going to have to shut down, which is, it's really sad. I mean, some of these are huge names like the Chicago Sun-Times, the San Francisco Chronicle, Boston Globe. I mean, these are huge newspaper names, and the fact that they possibly could be gone this year, it's kind of scary and frightening and sad. Now, there's something to me that I love, just, you know, opening up the paper, making that scrunchy noise and, you know, battling with it to, you know, be like, okay, here, I've opened it correctly and stay fixed open. You know, it's kind of hard to read a newspaper sometimes, I think. But that might be why online is winning. I'm just saying. But here's my big thing with newspapers is that there's no real visionary. There's really no set, proven new way of doing things. In fact, everyone's just kind of, you know, shooting in the dark. They don't really know what's going on. So something's going to have to happen where they can figure out how they're going to make money, even with doing only an online version. Because I don't even think that's proven yet. So, you know, this is going to have to be one of those things that we wait and see how it goes. It's just sad, I think, sometimes. You know, I'm sort of a nostalgic person sometimes. Yeah. Anyways, that is the Geek News for March the 10th, 2009, episode 133 of the Daily Geek on SweetGeekTV. I'm your host, Griffin Granberg, and before we go to the question of the day, since not a lot of people answered it yesterday, let's do it again today. What is your shirt size? It's very simple. It's very easy. I expect you to comment, okay? Because I'm going to be giving away t-shirts, and you probably want one in your size, right? So leave a comment. And I'll come back to every single comment left. I promise you that. And have a fantastic Tuesday night. I will catch you for another edition of the Daily Geek tomorrow. I'll see you then.